Christmas time is here again. Santa needs a helping hand, but there's no presents, not this Christmas, with King Diamond Super 7 Deluxe Edition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 Deluxe Edition unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got one of the all-time greats in heavy metal from Merciful Fate from King Diamond. It is, of course, King Diamond. But for all your King Diamond needs and a whole lot more, hit up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Of course, anything over $79 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And I believe, is this the first deluxe edition we've unboxed here on the channel? Of course, Super 7 trying something new. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how that goes, as they have been dumbing down, for a lack of better terminology, a lot of Ultimate Edition figures into this new deluxe style. Now, the first ones I think we saw at retail, I guess we unboxed those ones. So we already unboxed two of them, Monkeyin and Lion-O. So we saw those at Targets, a little tweaks, a little bit different there. I have recently seen Conan the Barbarian. Not enough meat on the bone for that one for me. But I knew King Diamond I would have to get. I'm okay with multiple King Diamonds in my collection because the Ultimate came with many different hands, different heads. This one a little bit more limited, but I can make them as different as I possibly can. And I love me some King Diamond, so I'm into something like this. Just like I would be if they came out with a Lemmy figure in the new deluxe edition. These deluxe editions, of course, as I said, no extra hands, no extra heads, a little bit lighter in the accessory, but also a lighter price point down to about $35. Now, this is getting the most out of your molds if you've ever seen it, and probably a smart business move for Super 7. It's a way to get more money out of properties that are already out there. People that maybe didn't want to spend $55 or missed out on the original King Diamond now have a second chance at life with this one for $35 without all the bells and whistles. So, not a bad move. You come out with your regular Ultimate King Diamond like they did a couple of years ago. Now you got this one back out for new collectors, people that missed out for whatever reason. So it's not a terrible business strategy. I would like to see them a little bit more different. And this one, to my eyes, is very similar to the last one. And we will do that comparison here on the channel. And of course, this is perfect for the holiday season because King Diamond having one of the best Christmas songs in the heavy metal catalog of all time. Check it out if you have not. There will be no presents this Christmas. But there it is, the old King right here, looking beautiful in the package. I could see them selling this at like Hot Topic. I don't know if this is going to make Target stores, but I could see this at like Spencer's Gifts and Hot Topics and maybe bookstores, things like that. Maybe not going to dance over to the Walmarts and Targets, but we'll see what happens in the future. You can get them online right now, but it is King Diamond in the package, classic King Diamond logo. Just recently saw King Diamond with my boys in Night Demon. Of course, Night Demon opened up for King Diamond on that last tour. Very cool for Jarvis and the boys at Night Demon to invite me out to that show, so I had a heck of a time with them, chilling out backstage. Brand new venue. It was an amazing show, but it was always great to see King Diamond, of course, live on stage. You got to see the King. Even if you're not into his music, like my wife especially, it was worth seeing. She was happy she went one time just to hear his powerful voice, of course, live and in person. It's quite the stage show as well. So enough about that. Check those videos on YouTube after this one, of course. But the packaging looking good. Of course, there's the deluxe up there. 14 and up on this one, Mark Summers. And Mark Summers is hiding under the heated blanket. It's got to be hot under there, Mark. But Mark is scared of King Diamond. Scared of King Diamond, his voice haunts your dreams at night. Man, oh man, Mark Summers, the crazy things you're scared of. I'm going to tell you, I'm scared of slime. Oh, his head popped out like, what? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm just playing with you. I'm not scared of anything. That's what I am. I'm not scared of anything except the Tool Undertow video. I don't like that claymation stuff. Get that stuff out of here. Not a fan of that. That's the only thing that creeps me out, really. There it is. So the more you know, folks. But there's King Diamond on the front. On the back, Abigail. Oh my gosh, those horses always creep me out. So there's another thing. No, not really, but very cool album art cover there for King Diamond. Loving the back. No cross-sell, no blurb, no nothing back here. Pretty plain Jane, but we're going to get him out of here. King Diamond Abigail era, it does say on the package as well. Pretty clean off the package, we'll say that. You give the old see you later spin like a young John Stockton to an old Mark Eaton. Shout out to Mark Eaton, of course, passed away many years ago. But the big man over there for the Utah Jazz. King Diamond doing all of his King Diamond moves, but we're going to have to cut him out because he's got clip ties holding him down. And you can't keep a good King Diamond down. Remember when he died? He had a massive heart attack and died and came back to life. Of course, King Diamond at one time a Satanist, as we do know. Yes, you heard it here first. A Satanist, but he changed the ways, and I don't think he does anything now, but he's definitely not a Satanist anymore. I do know that. And of course, he had Melissa, his bones, which we're going to show in a second. He had that back in the day. I think it's been replaced or it was stolen somewhere along the way, which is very unfortunate. But it was actual real bones at one time of a real human. So that's pretty wild if you ask me. But we're going to get the King out of the package and see you later, goodbye. Clip tie off to the side. And let's get down to business here. With the King, of course, last name Peterson. He spells it different, so I won't hold it against him. But, of course, good friend King Diamond. And, oh, my gosh, what are we doing here? Right off the bat, his cape did not hold on. And, of course, you know me, I take my cape game very seriously, extremely seriously in the cape game here. And his cape fell right off. And it looks like it disconnected right there. So it disconnected right on the top. So very unfortunate. Not very happy about that. Christmas is ruined, folks. Man, you got to be kidding me. Come on. What are we doing? I've had a lot of trouble with Super 7 and their music figures as of late. I went very easy on that Lemmy because I knew the Cliff Burton broke for me just prior. So I knew same problem, same arm. We'll check that one out. But now the cape falling apart right here. Oh, what did I do to deserve this? And where's my grandma when I need her? She passed away. She would fix this in a second. She could sew this right back on there, but unfortunately, my grandma's not here. But this takes so much fun out of this figure already for me, this cape just falling apart. Just the chain falling off, that nice chain. Now, it does have a soft goods cape, which is nice. Red on the inside, black on the outside, but nowhere near as ornate and nice as the last cape, because last cape didn't break on me. But this one, breaking right out of the package. So right off the bat, not a happy camper about that for sure, especially on a King Diamond figure who I love so much. Oh, got to recenter myself right there. But let's dive into this accessory. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. I can't be this angry, can I? Maybe I can. But we do got the Melissa right here. We got the, of course, microphone not removable here, but it is taped all around the bones, and once upon a time, human bones on this one. So we do got that going on. And now we get King Diamond looking like he's just walking to like the pub next door because his cape makes him feel like King Diamond. It's what gives him all of his powers. Now he's powerless here. Just looking like a heavy metal guy in face paint is what he looks like here. But it is the King. We've seen this face paint once before. Of course, we got multiple heads last time. You got the upside down cross, very dangerous. You do got the paint all over the face, the white and the black attack. Got a little facial hair going on. Got those long sideburns looking really good. Got the earrings, of course. And then a little bit of the hair going on his way to working on a mullet is what it looks like. Now, he does got the leather jacket over the top, of course. No sleeves on this one. It's a true power move, right, Todd McFarlane? Right. He does got the collar there looking very nice. The bullet belt, of course, back in the early 80s, you weren't a man if you didn't have a bullet belt going on. That's how you knew you were a good heavy metal brother. You got the gloves on here. You got the little wrist bracers there. And, of course, he's throwing up the horns right there. Why wouldn't he be throwing those horns up? And then you got a gripping hand on this side so he can grip the microphone, of course. Now, articulation on him. You do got a single jointed bend at the elbow. No side to side. Hands back and forth. No extra hands, anything like that here. No issues with the arm on this one. Arm does go out, though. Waist articulation. You got an ab crunch, fairly loose for Super 7. A lot of times those are pretty tight. This one is a little bit of good movement on that one. Head back and forth, side to side. Got the leg that goes up. Single jointed knee, side to side at the knee. Of course, ankles back and forth, up and down, the usual articulation there. He does got a hole in his foot, so we'll check the stand. Got a little bit of color down here on the black boots. Got a little bit of nice silver color on that. And I talked about the bullet belt already. So it is King Diamond. Very strange, though, and we've seen this from Super 7 a time or two as well. The skin tone, they're trying to kind of give it an effect a little bit, but it looks like he was tanning only one portion of his arms is what it looks like. So it's bright white, then tan. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know, but I wouldn't feel good if King Diamond was all tanned out. I don't imagine King Diamond sitting somewhere on the beach in like a pair of Speedos getting a tan. Maybe, but I just don't see that from him, especially this part of his career in the early 80s. He should fit on a stand as well. which he does, but I am pretty bummed out about this cape. That is a pretty big disaster move. That is really kind of the showpiece of this figure, in all honesty. He's got to have that cape to give the whole feel to it, and of course the collar just fell off. It wasn't tight on there on the side at all. So gonna just have to see if I get that sewn and fixed. But I do got the regular edition of King Diamond. You got different skin tones. Of course, you had different hands and heads. You can make them as different as possible. Same microphone, but a way better cape on this one. You got wire in the cape. It's just an A+ cape on this version of King Diamond. You do got a nice chain necklace around him as well, but besides that, you got a lot of reuse, as you can imagine. I like the little attention detail where you get more of a silver bullet belt over here, where you get a golden one on this one. So that is nice, but besides that, everything pretty much is the same. And unless you're a huge King Diamond fan, you probably don't need this one here. But me being a Diamond guy, a music collector, a music fan, I had to have both of these. He also got the scarves around his arms too, the soft goods scarves we don't have over on this one. So definitely some differences between the two, especially when you add all the extra heads and hands. A lot more value, and if you're a hardcore Diamond fan, you got to get this one over this one. But it's nice to have this for people that missed out, and for the hardcores out there that want multiple versions. We do have that going on here. But man, very disappointed about that cape. As I always say, your mileage may vary, but man, it sucks when you spend your money on your figures, your hard-earned money you slave away for. You don't want things like this. You don't want it falling apart, crumbling to dust out of the package. And unfortunately, that's what I got going on right there. The stitching was just too weak to even hold on to that side. So we'll see what I can do. The glamour shots may look a little janky, but it is what it is, unfortunately. But man, I still love King Diamond. I still love No Presents for Christmas. I love King Diamond in concert. There's just a lot to like here. And I'm here for all the King Diamond figures. If they want to keep churning them out, I'll still put my hard-earned money down just to get more King in my collection. But what say you guys and gals? Are you picking this one up? Long game, no game, very concerned, worried game? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. Yes, it's true, and then some. We've got even more content for you on Patreon. Both YouTube channels do funnel to the Patreon early videos. You get all kinds of bonus access over there. Check out the Patreon, support the channel. ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Of course, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. And of course, for the mighty King Diamond and the Super 7 Deluxe Edition, I am Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.